So let us rediscuss once again. We have been discussing electrochemistry in our enrichment classes. So today also we are going to solve some problems as we usually do. So our first problem begins with this one. 2 Faraday of electricity is passed through a solution of copper sulfate. The mass of copper deposited at cathode is, four options have been given. I'm writing those options. First is 0 gram. Option B is 63.5 gram. Option C is 2 gram. Option D is 127 gram. Now, let us see how to solve it. I think this type of problems are faced before already. And in this particular case, see, 2 Faraday of electricity is passed through a solution. So first of all, it is 2 Faraday. 2 Faraday means it is obviously we are calculating that is Q. So Q is 2 Faraday. In the what kind of metal it is? Copper. So copper 2 plus accepts 2 electron, giving rise to copper. So we know to deposit 1 mole of copper, how much electricity we need? We need 2 Faraday to deposit 1 mole, because valency is 2, so it needs 2 electron to deposit copper. Now, obviously from here only easily we can calculate. So how much the electricity has been passed? 2 Faraday. And according to the formula that we use is W is equal to Z into Q. We can write, now it can be calculated very easily because we know as per this, it is 2 Faraday electricity is required to deposit 1 mole, and the given amount is also 2 Faraday. So actually, since the amount required to deposit 1 mole from this equation is 2 Faraday, and the amount according to the question is also 2 Faraday. So 2 Faraday will deposit how much? 1 mole. No need to calculate further. Very easy. And 1 mole of copper is how much? It is 63.5 gram. Remember, it's like E is equal to A by V. So we can say V is equal to A by E. That means this A is the atomic weight and E is the equivalent weight, and that is the valency. So if we need to find out A, that is, it should be V into E, that is valency into equivalent weight. And here the valency is 2 and the equivalent weight is 63.5 by 2. So from here also you can calculate 63.5 gram, which is the atomic weight. This is just an additional information only. Remember always, it is the equivalent weight which is equal to atomic weight by valency. So just an additional information anyway, you may or may not use this over here because equivalent weight concept you are not aware with. So simple, this equation suggests 2 Faraday is required to deposit 1 mole. So 2 Faraday will deposit 1 mole, and according to the question also it is 2 Faraday. So 2 Faraday will deposit 1 mole. 1 mole is how much? 63.5 grams. So this answer is correct. So without wasting time, let us move forward for the next particular reaction. The next question goes like this. It's a big question rather. Carefully see. The standard electrode potential of hydrogen half cell, standard reduction potential for Zn2 plus Zn nickel 2 plus nickel and Fe2 plus Fe is equal to minus 0.76, minus 0.23, and this one is minus 0.44 volt respectively. So these three values are given. The reaction X plus Y2 plus giving rise to X2 plus Y. Will be spontaneous when option A is X is equal to nickel, Y is equal to iron. Option B is X is equal to nickel, Y is equal to zinc. Option C is X is equal to iron, Y is equal to zinc. Option D is X is equal to zinc, Y is equal to nickel. Now, it is a very, very good problem. It is a conceptual one. If we can solve this particular problem, we will be solving many. See what has been given first. Here, the standard reduction potentials of some electrodes are given. There is a reaction which is given, generalized case, where we have to see this reaction will be spontaneous when the corresponding electrodes or the corresponding metals which is present will be which one? Which combination will suit this when the reaction is spontaneous? So let us find it out. But before that, it needs to be specified that the condition for the spontaneity of a reaction. So let us see that one first. Is the condition for spontaneity delta G0 should be negative. And we also know delta G is minus NFE0. So if, carefully see, if E0 is positive, then only delta G0 can be negative. I hope I am clear. Again, I am telling you, this is the condition for spontaneity. So in order to have that, this is the formula. So E0 value, directly delta G0 we cannot calculate. So if E0 is positive, then only delta G0 will be negative because there is a negative sign. So our duty is to find out, to see the each and every combination where we can find out E0 as positive, because E0, if any of these combinations are positive, that means delta G0 of the corresponding one will be negative. So let us see the first case. Let us see for option A. Okay. So X is equal to nickel. So the reaction becomes nickel plus Fe2 plus giving rise to nickel 2 plus Fe. So obviously here nickel loses 2 electron and iron accepts 2 electron. So E0 of nickel and nickel 2 plus, this one should be regarded as anode, which is E0L, and this one E0 of Fe2 plus Fe should be cathode, which is E0R. So E0 cell we can determine as E0R minus E0L. E0R minus E0L. So that means we are basically suggesting that this one is cathode, so it should be E0 of Fe2 plus by Fe minus E0 of Ni, it should be 2 plus. Ni 2 plus by Ni. Now let us check the values. E0 of Fe2 plus, so it should be minus 0.44 minus of 0.23. So if you check, it should be minus 0.21 volt. Since this one, since E0 is negative, so delta G0 should be positive. So this one is not spontaneous. Am I clear? So we have solved the first case only. Out of this, we can say in this case, it will definitely not be spontaneous. We are yet to calculate the rest of them. So let us calculate the rest of them for following the same logic. So let me erase. Let us take the second one. Let us take the second one, which is, so for option B we are checking now. So in that case, X is nickel. So nickel plus Y is zinc. So Zn2 plus gives rise to, it should be nickel 2 plus Zn. So it should be nickel giving rise to nickel 2 plus 2 electron, and Zn2 plus accepts 2 electron giving rise to zinc. Right? When we are getting this, what we should do is, we have already understood that E0 of nickel and nickel 2 plus, this one is E0L because it is oxidation takes place, and here this one E0R will be this one, which is E0 of Zn, this one. This one. Now, same process, E0 of cell should be E0R minus E0L. So E0R in this case is supposed to be zinc, Zn2 plus by Zn, minus E0L should be nickel 2 plus by nickel. For zinc, how much you think it should be? It is given as minus 0.76 volt, minus of nickel. Nickel, the combination is 0.23 volt only. So it should be minus 0.53 volt. Okay. So obviously, since E0 is negative, so delta G0 should be positive. So here also it is not spontaneous. So the second, this one, nickel and zinc, this one is also ruled out. So first two options are already ruled out, but we have to see individually in case of the third one also. So let us proceed to the option C. Option C suggests X is Fe, that means it is Fe plus Zn2 plus giving rise to Fe2 plus Zn, right? So Fe giving rise to Fe2 plus 2 electron, and on this side Zn2 plus accepts 2 electron to become Zn according to this equation. So here, since it is losing electron, we should say it is E0L, which is anode, and it should be treated as E0R, which is cathode. So now, same thing, E0 cell should be E0R minus E0L. That means it should be E0R, that is Zn2 plus Zn, minus E0 of L, that is Fe2 plus Fe. Now let us put the values. For zinc it is minus 0.76 minus of minus 0.44 volt. So it should be minus 3.2 volt. Again, E0 as I could see is negative, so delta G0 should be positive. So this is also will not be spontaneous case. So the option C is also ruled out. Now, as I could see, the three of the options are ruled out. It is obvious that option D should be correct, but I don't know. Let us see whether, as per the given condition, also option D is correct or not. But usually three of the options are negative, so I am expecting that one to be the correct one. But let's see, we have to prove it. Now here it is Zn plus nickel 2 plus giving rise to Zn2 plus nickel. According to this, the equations are Zn giving rise to Zn2 plus 2 electron, and nickel 2 plus accepts 2 electron to become nickel. As a matter of fact, from these two, obviously this one is anode and this one is cathode. Means it is reduction and it is oxidation. Reduction, oxidation both takes place over here, and in case of zinc electrode, it should be treated as anode. So here E0 cell should be E0R minus E0L. E0R, that means cathode, that is the nickel electrode. So it should be E0 of nickel 2 plus nickel minus E0 of Zn2 plus Zn. Now in this case, nickel 2 plus, that is minus 0.23 minus of zinc, that is minus of 0.76. So here we are getting, this should be plus on this side, so it should be 3 and 5, so it should be 0.53 volt, and there will be a positive value in front of that. Since E0 is positive, so delta G0 should be negative. We can expect this one because of this. If this is positive, this should be negative. So only out of all these, only this one, that means when this one will be, nickel will be used as a cathode and zinc will be used as an anode, out of all this combination, this particular case or this reaction under the box will be spontaneous. So option D is the correct one. By solving this problem, we have actually solved many problems. So it will be my sincere request to the students that you go through this particular problem 2-3 times, because this is a standard one, lengthy one for sure, but this one will clarify most of the doubts regarding this type of cases. Very, very important. It already came in jEE main. So similar problems you try from the previous year's jEE main questionnaires.